Hi guys, today we're going to solve 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication using the distributive property. So, the example of 6 times 46 looks pretty scary, but it's really not scary once we figure out the distributive property. So, I'm going to take this 6 and I'm going to take a parentheses so that I can expand my 46. So I'm going to take my 46 and I see there are 4 tens, which is 40, and I see there's 6 ones, which is 6. So 46 expanded is 40 plus 6. Okay. Everything else is still staying the same. I've got my 6, my multiplication sign. I've just put these in parentheses to know that this is one number. Okay. So now, just like it says distributive property, I see the word distribute would have an E here, but I'm going to distribute. Just like if I were in class and I had a bag of candy, I would want to distribute my candy to everybody, right? I'm going to break it apart. So I broke apart my 46 into tens and ones. So now I'm going to distribute my 6 to both numbers. So I'm going to take my 6, and I have two numbers. So I've got two parentheses, right? Two sets. I'm going to take my 6 to the 40, and then I'm going to take my 6 to the 6. So now I've got 6 times 40, which I wrote here, and then 6 times 6, which I wrote here. All right, so now I'm going to figure out what my products are for each parentheses or each set. So 6 times 40, I know that 6 times 4 is 24. Then I've got one place mover of a 0, so it's going to be 240. See, here's my 24 and my one place mover. I know that 6 times 6 is 36, so I'm going to put that here. So now all I have to do is add my partial products, and I come up with 276. So 6 times 46 is 276. Okay, let's try this again. So I've got 2 times 52. Okay, so don't forget, I'm going to keep my 2 times, but I'm going to expand my 52. So I'm keep my 2 times. I'm going to expand my 52 to 5 tens, which is 50, and 2 ones, which is 2. Okay, so now I want to distribute my 2 to each one. So I'm going to write 2 times 50, and then 2 times 2. I've got to remember to bring my plus sign because I have to add these together. So now I'm going to find out what my products are for each one. So 2 times 50 is going to come right here to this first one. I know that 2 times 5 is 10. And then I've got one place mover of a 0. So if I have a 10 and I add a 0, that's going to be 100. See, here's my 10 and my place mover. I know that 2 times 2 is 4. And so now when I add 100 plus 4, that leaves me with 104. So 2 times 52 is 104. And our last one, we've got 3 times 21. Okay, so remember, I'm going to keep my 3 times, but I want to expand my 21. So I keep my 3 times. I'm going to put my parentheses so I can expand 2 tens is 20. 1 1 is 1, because 20 plus 1 is equal to 21. Just as it says, I'm going to distribute my 3. So I'm going to distribute it twice because I've got two numbers, right? So 3 times 20 is going to come here, and 3 times 1. See, I'm just distributing. I'm making sure that the 20 gets the 3 and the 1 gets the multiplication of the 3. So now I'm looking at my products. What am I going to fill in? I've got 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so let me put my lines here. I'm going to have a line, this plus this. So I've got this plus this. Okay, so now I've got 3 times 2 is 6 and one place mover of a 0. So that's going to be 60, right? 3 times 2 is 6, and then one place mover of a 0. Now I've got to figure out the product of 3 times 1. Well, that's the identity property of 1. Anything times 1 is anything, right? It's the identity property, just like looking in the mirror. So if 3 looks in the mirror, it's going to see itself 3. And then I know 60 plus 3 is equal to 63. So my answer, 3 times 21, is 63.